Hi guys, good to see everyone. How are you guys doing? Tuesday night. You know, it really gets me how much faster we get all of our group manifestations nowadays, and how all new people are catching up and getting the old manifestations just in the same week, like 5 of them. Queens. We're all queens. Hi guys. This week's manifestation is an eye. And I gotta tell you, I was surprised at how many eyes we already have in our Facebook group. Now, hello, I just woke up. It's 2 a.m. Oh, don't wake up for the live. The live will be posted on YouTube. But thank you so much for waking up for this. I guess you just feel the group energy when you're part of the lives and read the comment. Our group energy is very real. If you guys don't know, we're manifesting in a group. Check out the 60-day challenge in my bio and the Facebook group. And we're having a lot of fun, I think. You know, I think people are very motivated, especially as they're seeing our group manifestations coming to life so quickly. And people are having great results. I'm going to read more and more from what people write to me. And yeah, we had a lot of coins last week. So last week's challenge was an unusual coin. I can't tell you how many unusual, like really unusual coins that I didn't even think those are coins. Like they have nothing to do with currency, and yet they're coins and coin shape, and they're minted with something. And I was just really surprised how creative the universe can get. I'm always surprised. I shouldn't be. I should normalize everything. I know it's normal, but I just like really happy when I see it so creative. And this week was an eye. I just got my eye today. I was wedding dress shopping, and I passed by a jewelry store, and there it was. It was like really, in your face. It was in a necklace. There was 2 of them. We talked about how the double has significance. But people got the eye. Somebody got a toy eye, like some toy at the store. She was at the grocery store, and she just saw that, and she posted a photo on Facebook. Somebody else saw a street painter painting an eye, like one eye. And I'm just like, oh my God, there's so many ways the universe can answer our wishes. This is what I want you guys to take out of this. There's so many ways in which the universe can bring to you. Do not ever think about the how. I look happy and refreshed. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I wish the same on all of my queens who are on my live and who are doing the challenge, and really on everybody in the world. So I want to start just quickly 1 minute of admin. Here in this group, we're doing the 60-day challenge in my bio. We also have a Facebook group that I suggest you join for the time you do the challenge. It's not required, but it's very inspiring to see how people are manifesting. I also give coaching tips to people in there, just because, there's a group of people. It's about 90 people. And if somebody posts a question that I find pertinent to the group, I will respond. We had a lot of commentary this week because I said something in my last live, which was yesterday, that resonated with a lot of people. I'm going to talk about that. I want to make you guys all aware on every live at the beginning of the end. Please do not be scammed. I never contact anybody. There are fake accounts of me for some reason. And okay, hang on a second. Let me just turn on this calls. Please don't call me, guys. I don't take calls during my lives. I just declined. So the scammer accounts will make a fake account and then will message you. It will look like it comes from me. Look at the handle. Okay, I'm at Finer Manifestation. They usually have a dot or 1 letter differently. I will never contact you for anything. Okay, I don't do astrology, tarot readings, whatever it is they're selling. It's not me. We talked about the coin, and then we talked about the eye. If somebody on this live doesn't know, the eye is what we're manifesting. A 1 eye. Be creative with it. Let the universe bring you the 1 eye and see what happens. Yeah, let's get right into it. So the one thing I mentioned during the live that resonated with a lot of queens in our group is the fact that I said I was talking to a client on a one-on-one call, and she led the call with something that she said about herself that later, 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, she said the she wanted the complete opposite of that, right? She had a career, she was successful, and, she was leading with that. And that's how she identified herself. And 30 minutes in the call, she said, I want a husband who's this and this and that, and who can give me a life as a wife and a mother, because I don't really want to work. I said, those things don't really jive together, right? Like either one is fine as a lifestyle, but what you speak and how you present yourself and how you introduce yourself matters, right? Because what we say matters. Words are spells, death and life lie in the power of the tongue. That's a quotation from the Bible. It's all about the way you speak about yourself. So then I got a lot of commentary in my Facebook group, okay? So this person says, let me just, because I take screenshots just to stay organized here. And this person said, I watched your live where you talk about your client being a career woman, but wanting to be a mom and a wife. So I feel stuck in a similar situation. I work full-time, make a decent living. However, my goal is to start something of my own. My goal is to work on my business part-time so that I can focus on being a mom and a wife someday. My question is, am I contradicting my life by being in a full-time job? So my limiting belief is definitely it's hard to find clients, which is why I keep my full-time job. So being in a full-time job is not contradicting what you want if you're honest about what you want. And if you remind yourself that going to work every day is temporary, right? This is what you say, whatever it is we don't want in our lives, right? Be clear that's not what you want, is temporary. That's what we tell ourselves. It's just a situation. Circumstances do not matter. Okay? I have a successful business where I'm not extremely busy because I work part-time because I want to be a wife and a mother. So that's a perfect affirmation for you to tell yourself. And meanwhile, right now, okay, until my husband arrives, until I tune into the frequency of that life, I'm just doing this job. But do not identify yourself with being a lawyer, with being whatever it is. Oh, I'm very educated, very successful lawyer, right? The moment you say the I am and you introduce yourself with your profession, that's what you are, right? And don't forget, society vibes the opposite to women who, like I'm talking energetically and what we're being told, with women who want to be wives and mothers and stay at home with their kids. Those women are looked down upon. So a lot of women do not feel comfortable speaking this truth to their friends, speaking this truth to their partners that they meet, speaking this truth even in their journal. If you want to be a wife and a mother, do not journal about getting a promotion. So that's not what you want. This is very true and powerful. Yeah. Somebody else said something along the lines like she's a single mom and she started a group for single moms. And, she has to admit that, her and the single moms decided that men are not it at all. And the single moms are just going to stick together. And, she said, but my deep desire is to find a husband who's worthy of me. I just haven't met somebody who's worthy of me. Okay. So this is actually grave because it's not just speaking against what you want. Now you're leading a whole bunch of women into the same direction, right? It's discouraging for these other women. If you really believe men aren't worth anything, and you really believe that, you're really enjoying your singledom, and really that is your truth, and you say that to somebody else, then you don't need to worry about them because you spoke your truth. And if they vibe with it, they will vibe with it. If they don't, they don't. But the responsibility is on them. But if deep down, you know that a husband is the deep desire, like a good husband of any woman, of the majority of women, and you speak to the single moms in a sense that you'll never find that man, then this is grave. It's not only against what's best for them, because you're speaking against what's best for them. You're really moving so far away from that potentiality becoming yours, right? Because now you're incurring karma. And I know this is done with good intention, right? So this queen is not leading women astray on purpose. Like, this is our programming from society. It's our programming from society. It's like deep. It's in the paradigm, right? We're thinking we're helping when you're saying, do not be with anyone. Just be single forever, right? We're thinking we're helping. And you really have to ask yourself, is that your truth? And is that the other person's truth? Or are they, down? Are they feeling sort of down because that's not really what they want? Be careful, okay? Be careful in influencing the minds of others. I want women, when you come to me, when you talk to me, be completely transparent about what you want. This is why our group is such a safe space. It's not like a group where people put in random things that they read on other groups and motivational speech. It's none of that, right? It's really our deepest desires. This is what happened to me. This is my dream. This is my manifestation. This is how I manifested. And then I told somebody else about the group energy. When we're manifesting the same thing, a horse, a turtle, an unusual coin this week, an eye. When you look at the Facebook group and you see who's manifested and how the universe gave to them this eye or this coin, and you realize that there's so many creative ways this can come to you, you can sort of gauge where you are in comparison, not in comparison with how much better they are than you, but in comparison with, are you so far from your desires that you couldn't even contemplate this ways in which this coin could come. But all this time you were looking for a coin, trying to figure out the how, and the coin never came to you, right? Like this is actually coming to you as a realization that A, it's easy, B, it happens to other people, C, it happens within a decent time frame, and therefore it can happen to you, right? Mona asked me to remind you to talk about when we don't remember our dreams in the morning. Yes, you have to force. So everybody dreams. This is proven. Okay, we have like, I don't know, 5 to 15 dreams a night. I don't really know statistically, scientifically. But a lot of people don't remember, right? Because they're in confused energy. They're not in tune with their subconscious. You must speak to your subconscious. I even suggested you give your subconscious a name. That's sort of like, you can make it like a nickname of your own name, right? And just say, I know you're giving me instructions. Before you go to bed, put your image of, I tell everybody, play a scenario from your life and images, your dream life. Play a scenario in your mind. After you do that, talk to your subconscious. Call your subconscious and say, I know you can hear me. You can hear anything that happens in the conscious. I want to hear back from you. I need to remember what you're telling to me tonight. I need to remember what you speak to me in the dream. Communicate. I gave you guys the 3-digit code to communicate to the universe. You can communicate to the subconscious, right? So remember, the structure is our creator, God, formless substance, the technology, the subconscious connection, and then us, right? And this is the analogy of this is our spirit, our soul is in the middle. It's what connects to the formless substance. So our soul connects to the subconscious. This is why many times when people say, oh, I saw his soul exiting his body, right? The soul goes into the subconscious, during sleep, during dream time, or, as it exits from this material form. And then you have the material world. So us, we are sort of the thesis to the material, the 3D, right? Our body, what manifests. Ashley says, I haven't seen my code after repeated requests. Maybe I don't feel connected enough to it. Did you make your code completely neutral? Did you call? Did you do it as exactly in the video? I think this is a redundant question because Ashley does the work and I know she does. I'm on the same boat. Many people seen their codes right away, okay? And, somebody left a message on my video saying, I'm crying right now because I just did this and saw my code twice. Thank you so much. And that's not even a person who's doing our work, right? So we need to let go of timing, guys. We need to really let go and call it in, call the awareness in, call like I am awareness. I'm a fragment of the creator. I have the right to access. Ashley, I want you to use this word because it just came to me and gives me goosebumps right now, which means it was inspired. I have the right to access. Grant me access. Open for me. Grant me. I have this right. In spite of anything that I may have believed in the past, I retain the right to access the formless substance. If I ever gave up this right, I am recalling it, and you have to grant it to me. You have to, because I am a piece of the Creator. I'm here to create, right? Mona, I am trying to manifest my SP, and some days I feel so close and some days I don't. Okay, so the way to manifest your SP, first of all, listen to my playlist, Manifest SP, in my TikTok. I have a playlist about it. And then let me pull up the email that I just got a testimonial today. And is this queen I've been working with. This is the same queen that I mentioned in the live, you know, her SP. Well, he was gone, and then we started to do this work, and he came back after 2 months of no contact with WYD. I said, what is that? And then she explained it to me. I said, no, we're not replying to that, right? So we kind of work together. And she says, I'm gonna skip over some of the details here. Okay. So basically, in regards to him, he has reached out every day and has been in constant contact, but I still want more. And then she says, he showed up at my house. This is exactly what happened to me and my SP, right? Like if you watch my live when I was talking about the SP. And then she says, but I want more. I'm being transparent with you. I love him and I see a future with him. I just need to continue working on myself. So here's the thing. Her SP came back, has been in constant contact, but she realizes, because my work is not, the work that we do here is not spell work. Okay. I can't stand that kind of work. The kind of work where you do the robotic affirmations, you force your way into the formless substance. He comes back and then you get the same results, because you can't sustain this energetic force, right? You can't sustain day to day this 1,000 affirmations to make him love you, right? So because of that, these guys come back and then they leave again, come back, they leave again. Who had this experience? Many people who've been playing with manifestation, right? Because you can only sustain that force for so long. So when this queen says, he's been now in constant contact every day, but I want more. He showed up at the house, but I want more. And I will keep working on myself, right? What she's realized here is that as she's changed and she stopped manifesting him, he came back willingly, but it's not what she wants. She wants what I talked. Anybody manifesting the SP must watch my own video on my SP. It's in my YouTube, the handle, and it says a live manifestation with SP story. You give it back until it's exactly what you want. You give it back until it's exactly what you want. So this queen is realizing that even though she's manifested him back and he's constantly in touch with her, it's not, she wants him as a husband and a future. She doesn't want the WYD, what's up, what are you doing, showing up at the house, like for what? For what? She is going to stay in her power and stay in her affirmations about herself. This is also the same queen that had the manifestation of saying 2 words about herself and repeatedly in the challenge, and she says she's hypnotic and enticing, and somebody else repeated it for her. This is why this work is so powerful, right? Because once you have these things, you realize you're actually creating all this, but it has to be about you. It can't be manifesting him on a spell. What am I being clear on that on the SP? Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by some days you see signs, some days you don't. The work can't be about him. I'm in lower vibe today. I'm just letting you be there and keep reminding myself of who I really am. Yeah, Ashley, I remember what I say. When you're in a low days, everybody has low days. You can't do this work. You have to put it aside. Because everything, like when you try against your vibe, like you have to sleep. When you sleep, you reset. When you walk in nature, you swim. If you have the opportunity to swim, this is very good, especially in a body of water like a lake or a river or, the ocean as opposed to a pool, right? If you have these opportunities, do it and do it often. If not, take a shower. Remember my shower process. I'm different. The way you pass through the shower, my shower video that I did for the new moon, do that. But don't do this work when you're low, guys. Okay? Don't do this work when you're low, because you're not going to have good results. Okay, inspiring. Another testimonial on SB. I wanted to tell you about something strange that happened during my manifesting the SP. This is the queen who's doing this work. I wrote a very specific list with over 90 points about exactly what I wanted in the SP. And then I put it away. 2 weeks later, I met someone taking all the boxes on my list. But not only that, there's strange similarities between us that I didn't put on my list. This man is also left-handed. He has a cat with the same name, and even our daughters have the same middle name. I've only been seeing him for a little bit, but he's showing up, and I know he's the result of my manifestation. And then she continues. So I told you guys my experience with when I made a list. This queen made a more detailed list. So I told her, when you're in this energy, okay, the listing becomes surreal how accurate it is. Okay, so if you've been doing the work, you've been affirming, you're doing it the way I say to do it, you're doing the 60-day challenge. It seems wow, but that's how it works, okay? But here's the thing with the list. If you missed something very important about yourself on the list, if you made it all about him, that thing may ruin like it did for me. So I'm not saying this is going to happen to this queen, because she obviously she's riding on the group energy. She took a lot more time. She made a 90-point list. I only made mine like 11 points or so. So, you know, I just want to make sure that if you work with the list about the SP, you don't forget something that's major on the list, right? I just want to see. I'm sorry, I don't understand anything. Oh, I'm sorry, queen. All right, let's talk about restarting the challenge. What a lot of people in the group are doing, they're restarting the challenge. Why? Because a lot of queens, especially with the Facebook group, because you're seeing what other people are thinking and what they're the realizations they're coming to. If you are no longer the person from 2 weeks ago, from a month ago when you started the challenge, I actually had somebody email me yesterday. This is a person who initially started this challenge. I only put it out end of April, right? So she's already completed the challenge. She's came to some major realizations. She wasn't doing the work for about a month now because it's been 90 days. And then she said, I need to restart the challenge. I now see that all my goals were wrong and they weren't really what I wanted. So guys, the universe will not align with your goals if they're not in alignment with your true heart's desire. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Exactly what I was talking about when I was talking about that queen, what you speak and what you are. Okay. And if you join the Facebook group, believe me, this is like 80, 90 women right now who are doing this challenge, there's no judgment. There's actually so much love in this group. Okay. Put your deepest desire and say, damn it, I came to the conclusion. This is what I want. You know, I want a man just like, I don't know, my friend's husband. You know, I never dare to say this to anybody, but I'm going to write it down here. We have a man or two now on Facebook. I don't know. I think they might have gone away. Maybe it was too many women, but I don't know. I haven't seen a comment from a man in a long, long time, and in our group. And you know, I kind of like I don't mind if there's guys there, but I'm saying it's right now it's basically women. How do I manifest a second date? By being irresistible and irreplaceable. That's how you manifest a second date. You don't need to manifest a second date. You won't be able to get rid of them when you get in this energy. It just feels good, just women right now to me. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It really does. I don't even know if we have a guy or two, if they're even watching this Facebook and what's going on. But the people who are in the group, they're very active. Okay, they're very active. Yeah, if you just bought the challenge, you're about to start, join the Facebook group for the time you're doing the challenge, which is 2 months, cost you like $8. But if you want to stay longer, you're welcome to stay longer and be inspired by everyone's manifestation. If you don't find value in it, please exit. I want to keep this group only to people who want to contribute to each other and who find value in what we're putting out there. For me, just the manifestations of the weekly manifestations, it's so much fun People are like, I honestly couldn't think of all the coins, all the types of coins that we got that were posted as a photo there. Let's see. I just want to, okay. I'm going to get to, oh, I put another challenge just for the group in the weekend. I put a rose. I got this message. This was the first rose we got. I said, it has to be a one stem rose. Like, and then I got this. After I got the first rose manifestation, a queen got this from her son. She said he just came and he's been lying to me. And he came and he said, I got you a rose because I've been lying to you, mom. And then she was just like, my God, I just read the challenge that she put out there with the one stem rose, right? Like one rose by itself. And then as soon as I posted this photo, I was like, oh my God, I'm only going to have one rose. How is that possible? Right? Because I know it's not possible. I get like 5, 6, 7 more one stem roses from queens, mostly seeing them in gardens, but it's like, it's not a bouquet. It's not like 3 roses. It's like one rose. And I find that really, really, once, because this is inspiring, right? Once one person posts it, once one person gets it, if you see that, your brain is automatically going to follow, right? This is why in a group of, I don't know, like if you go to a protest and the protest gets violent, even if you're like a peaceful person, you're much more likely to get violent with them, right? It's the group, whoever you surround yourself with, either energetically or physically, if the group is going in one direction, you're going to go in the same direction. And it only takes one person to start to scream at a protest, 5 more will do it, then 50 more will do it, then 500 more will do it. This is how it goes. Okay. And this is sort of what I want you guys to get out of this group. Again, if you're not into it, if you're don't see sense in it, exit. Because I really want a group of women that when one rises, she has enough power to take a few with her on that climb. Let's see. I find the Facebook group comforting and influencing. Yeah, it's definitely influencing. And I give you guys tips there on how to think about things when you're not really sure. The one important thing that came up, it's like a thread of thought this week, and it's this: you gotta stay very, very true to what you really want, and you have to speak that. And if in your life you feel like everybody will think you nuts for speaking that, those people will need to drop from your life, right? Because if you have just single friends who hate men, how are they going to feel when you meet a guy and in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, you're engaged and you're living a dream life, you're living this love story, and you invite them to go wedding shopping with you? They're going to be like, oh, I'm happy for you, I guess. It's a little sudden, isn't it? Those people need to drop. They'll need to drop out of your life anyways. A queen posted today. She said, I need advice because I've had a really good friend, but in the last 6 months, I can't stand her vibe anymore. It's about COVID and politics, and that's all she talks about nonstop. I said, like, what do you expect, right? You want your life to change. Your vibe will change. Therefore, there won't be room. You can't think how you're going to fit into other people's lives in the new you. In the new you have to figure out, do these people fit in my life? Hello? The question is on reverse. It's not, how can I still talk to them if I don't like what they have to say, if they don't vibe with me? No. How do they fit in your life? Oh, they don't. Okay, so they don't. You gotta be strong, queens. You gotta be strong. You can't build on those old foundations. You gotta see things for what they really are. And the people in your life for who they really are. I believe in the power of group manifestation is like the scene from Avatar when they mass meditate. Yeah, they brought him back to life with that, right? What do you do when you're feeling stuck? How are you feeling stuck, Queen? Just be more specific. so I can give you some tips specifically. Where were we? I stop, I have things to talk about, and then I stop just to see that you guys don't have questions about the material that I'm discussing. This is coaching, okay? It's coaching on mindset and manifestation. So I just want to make sure you get full value out of it. Okay, I had another testimonials. This is from the Facebook group. It's from a queen that joined us maybe like 3 weeks ago. And all of a sudden, she's gotten all the manifestations. She's saying, including the horses. She's posted photos, the green stone. And she's been indifferent on when they come. She says, I felt good getting 2 of them in the same day, like a cosmic wink. And she's saying the way that happens, like her dad invited her for lunch to a place she's never been before. And this is how she drove past 30 wild horses, which I find, you can't think about the how of how you're going to see a horse or what have you. But she's saying it's interesting that I'm feeling an internal shift and just allowing this goodness to show up. She's feeling the shift, and in this shift, she knows this goodness is going to come up. She's not putting a pressure in it. She's not looking for it. She says, I already have certain signs with the universe deeply ingrained for some years. So challenging new ones feels like a step up. Can we find the past challenges somewhere? Yeah, in the Facebook group. I did a post about it. Let's see. I had to go no contact with my biological family. Too negative and gossipy for me. Yeah. What negative influences does drinking and going out have on your manifestation? So it's not the drinking per se, right? It depends on what your manifestation is, right? And how much you drink. It's not having a glass of wine. It's not a problem. It's not that you go out with a friend or 3 friends and have a glass of wine each and worry about the effect it has on your manifestation. But if you're constantly intoxicated, right, then you're not allowing your energy to vibe, to flow, right? Because our body matters. This is our vessel. You have to be aware and conscious in it at all times, right? Other than when you're sleeping. And even when you're sleeping, you have to be aware of what your subconscious is saying to you. This is the point of this vessel, right? It's the point is to experience the material world with the input of all our senses, our energetic senses, our physical senses, and if your senses, if you can't see well because you're drunk, if you can't walk straight, if you can't, then you're not really self. That's the problem with drinking. Hey, what is that? I don't think I've had that before. Maybe I have. I don't remember a cap. That's cool. Guys, don't waste your money on that. That's fine. Let's see. Some people are writing to me saying, I'm getting all the challenges, but they're all in pictures. Does that count? We're not counting any of the picture manifestations right now. It has to be in 3D, and you have to know you can bring it in 3D. Yeah, please watch my lives, my old lives on YouTube if you're new here. It's under the same handle at Finer Manifestation. And see sort of like what comes up for you. So what if the person I want to manifest is already married, right? So I'm going to ask you if you see, the problem is the universe is neutral, right? It's not the problem. It's the problem and the solution, right? If they're married to somebody else, and you're not able to manifest them, your limiting belief about whether or not you should break up a marriage would manifest before he would manifest. So you're not going to get any judgment from me. I always, for myself, I always manifest what I want or better. What I want or better. If I were in your shoes and I really liked a guy who was already married and I'm looking at him, and I would sort of structure him as my ideal man. And I would ask the universe, I want a man exactly like that. That's how I would structure it, just to make sure I don't have that limiting belief in there subconsciously that, he'll leave a family behind for me. I already know I have this limiting belief, right? It would be in me. So I would look at him, I would admire him, I would be like, wow, I would love a man who looks exactly like that or better for me, and who embodies these qualities that I like about this guy. Okay, this is how you have to think about it. Somebody wrote me something. She said something similar. I think the guy he had somebody. And she says here, can you teach me a love spell that would bond me to a person or manifest him to come back to me, to be my boyfriend again? And I told her, no, that's not my work is all about. But look, if I could do a spell like this, I still wouldn't. I know it's possible to do it though. Maybe I do know how to do it. I just wouldn't do it. Okay? I really wouldn't do it. The energy you need to sustain this spell, this imprint into the formless substance will be huge. This is why people, when they find a witch or somebody who can do this, they have to visit that person regularly at regular intervals, right? They have to give them money regularly to continue the spell. If they remove their attention from the spell, reality will unravel differently because they're only bound to you by that spell. Don't do it this way, guys. Don't do it this way. There's no glory in that. It wouldn't be a genuine connection. Yeah, but it's beyond that. It's the fact that you can't sustain it. You can't. So it's actually going to be very painful every time it falls apart, right? It's going to plunge you into so much insecurity knowing that he's there because of a spell. Yeah. A love spell can make a person obsessed with you. A friend of mine did it. And she used the word obsessed a lot in the spell. I talked about this before. And she had to get a restraining order. Yeah. Yeah, it's completely like, guys, whatever I want or better. Preferably better, right? Preferably better. Think about it. If you value yourself, and my work is all about you valuing yourself, if you increase your self-worth, right? Then the person you are tomorrow is better than the person you are today. So the person you are 2 weeks from now will need to attract better than what you want today. It's logical, right? Just work on yourself, like this queen is saying. This queen that I just read you her testimonials. She said, he came back and he came to my house and he texts me every day, but I realize I want more. Like, I don't just want him to text me, to be around, to be obsessed with me, I want a loving husband. This is very different than a guy being obsessed with you, right? It's very different. The qualities that a husband must embody to be a good husband. It's not that he can't keep his hands off of you. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this queen said, I did speak about this yesterday, but she said, did you speak about people lying about you and how to deal with it? So she's worried about people telling lies that will come true about her. I don't want you guys focused on this, okay? Even though, I'm clear that what you speak about is very important, okay? Someone would need to have a higher awareness than you and keep a higher focus in that manifestation in order to be able to affect you. Now, if you do this work and you live in awareness, they can't affect you at all. And I did a video, I read a manifestation about this girl that consistently said for years since she was a child about her brother dying, and her brother died in the way that she said or something like that. It wasn't a good story, but I felt compelled to put it out there because it's important for you guys to know that if you insist on something about a lower form of awareness, that something is going to come to pass, like a spell, right? It's like a spell. And the reason it does is because the formless substance is neutral. But it's highly unlikely somebody would insist in this scenario, in this lying, by envisioning you, speaking about you, and feeling that way about you. It's highly unlikely, right? And it's definitely not possible if you're aware. If you're aware of yourself in the formless substance and your power, then nothing can touch you. Maybe higher energies can touch you, right? Like higher between us and the creator. There's stuff that exists there for sure. But not other people lying. All right. Nothing can touch me. I'm grounded in my awareness. I'm aware of self. I'm aware of the light above me. I'm aware of the protection that's around me because I've decided on my life purpose. I know exactly what I want. This is very important. Do not be confused. Society wants to keep you confused, wants to keep you random, chaotic. Do not be confused. Be very definitive about what you want. Very clear. It's okay for your wants to change. It's okay to restart the 60-day challenge by saying, now I want something else. That is okay. That's not what I'm talking about. But every point in time, be very definitive in what you ask for. Okay, do not leave it to chance. Do not say, oh, whatever is in store for me, it's okay. Don't do that, because who knows what comes. Or if you do that, do not be surprised if both good and bad come and it's kind of random the way it comes. I'm feeling stuck with the weekly manifestations. My last one was a horse. Why do you think, like, what have you been doing? Have you been manifesting any of your actual manifestations? Have you been affirming? Have you seen positive changes in the way the world responds to you in general? And if you have, maybe you're not doing the weekly manifestations because there's a lot of, you guys hear me? I went on low power mode. There's a lot of people are forceful about this. They're like, I must see the coin. I must see the eye. I told you, when I do a challenge, forget about it. I forgot about it from yesterday. I never be like, oh my God, I got to be the first one to manifest it, to be an inspiration. I don't know. Some of them I still didn't get. I know they're coming. But the eye came to me immediately, like within 24 hours. That's why I posted about it. But I'm not worried about it. They're all coming. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Please make more meditations. The one you put on YouTube, it's powerful. I will when I'm inspired. So if you guys don't know that meditation, the thought came to me on a Sunday night that I must do it. And then I woke up on Monday and I just got at my computer with my coffee and I started to type. I typed 3 pages. It's like somebody else was telling me what to put there. I typed 3 pages. I did 1 read of it. Okay. This whole thing took me like an hour and a half, the typing and the reading. And then I posted it. That was it. It was like a channel. This is why I tell you, all you guys to do it, is because it just came. And that's what I want. I don't want to sit there and be like, what am I going to tell them to meditate upon? It's not. And it's the same with the numbers. Sometimes I dream of numbers and they come to me and people play them and they get some lottery wins and, but I can't make them up. I'm not going to make any of this work up. It's all real, It's all inspired. Oh, speaking of inspiration. So I got 2 messages from people who are more religious, okay? And they want to do the challenge. And they basically said to me, one specifically said to me, I want to do the challenge. I'm a Christian though, and I want to manifest with God. And I'm afraid because you mentioned Dr. Joe Dispenza, right? Because I was inspired to do this work at the Dr. Joe Dispenza seminar while I was in a meditation, 4-hour meditation. And she said, I read or I saw a video that there's beings at the meditations at his retreats. And then I don't want to invite any of those beings, inside of me or what have you. So I'm telling you, a person who has this belief, or the belief that the entities that exist between us and God and whatever she was saying, should probably not do any of this work, right? Because even if she did this work, the guilt she would incur in doing it, okay, let's say she does it and she does manifest. Does that come from Dr. Joe Dispenza's beings or does it come from God? She will never know now. Does it come from Mona? Where does it come from? Right? They immediately, when you have this thought, you cannot get into this work. I thought about it and I don't think, right? If you're religious, okay, even though my work, everybody who's doing my work will tell you, it's all mindset. It's all positive mindset. But my work is inspired, right? So I just want to make sure you don't start to do this work with a major limiting belief. It's pointless, right? I definitely won't let you into the Facebook group. because I don't want that energy in there. How to work on guilt. Guilt is the most devastating limiting belief that exists other than fear, but people are actually able to manage their fear a lot better than they're able to manage their guilt. And it's, oh, thank you, my love. Oh, he brought me the charger. I guess because I was at 20%. Where was I? Whew. I'm so lucky. I feel very lucky. I want to take a moment to tell you, queens, that when I put this ring on my vision board in October 2022, and he had been my SP, and we broke up in August. I honestly, I don't know how I was able to let go of the whole thing, but I did, and I think that was key. I want you guys to know that it's key that you let go and you change self. Don't look for spells. Don't look for anything. Do my challenge. Keep on the vision board what you want, okay? Put the ring that you want, put the dress that you want, put the house that you want, the family that you want, and just stay there. Just stay there. Don't worry about manifesting anyone back. Don't worry about the list. Don't worry. I promise you it's going to come. Okay? I had no clue. He never seen this ring on my list. He never seen, He's rarely, I was very surprised he brought me this because he's rarely watching these things, He's hard days at work and, I don't even want him to watch this. Anyway, I want you guys to know that this is possible for you, for everybody who's manifesting an SP. And that to feel protected, provided for, wanted, loved, adored is possible. And a good husband is possible for everybody. If you just change your mindset, A, about the world, about this man not existing, and B, about your self-worth. I just want money. Thank you. I just want money. You want everything. If you just want money, you're placing immense importance on money. When you're placing immense importance on money, is no different than when you're placing immense importance on your SP. You're placing these things on a pedestal, and they're more important than you, and they can't manifest. This work is about you. Don't use the word I want anyways. I want. Thank God I have so much money. My money's constantly coming to me. But the reason I tell you guys to do the challenge, because I'm focusing on 4 different aspects of life, and this doesn't allow you to become obsessed with any one of those things, right? You're constantly switching between your ideal weight and your love life and your money and the way people react to you and your career, and you're staying balanced. Okay? Adriana, I didn't miss your comment. You will be next. You are next. I was thinking, because a lot of the queens, I said this on another live, kept the image of the ring that I put on my vision board. So when I put it on this guide, I put my own vision board there. Okay? Because a lot of queens kept this ring, we're all gonna end up with the same ring. I love that so much. I can't wait for number 2 ring. Okay, that looks exactly like this, because when we're gonna have it in the group, that will be a major success story for everybody. So my focus pulls away from group challenges lately, but it will come back. Okay, the group challenges requires no focus. No focus. Just scroll through the Facebook group and look at other people manifesting and be happy for them. That's all it requires. No focus whatsoever. And the more you focus, the least likely it is that it's going to come. Right? Instead of I want, what is the word we can use? What do you want, Queen? I just want to see it in context. Carla? I want what? So I can tell you how to word it instead. Honestly, I love this approach because I used to focus so much on SP and now it's balanced. He's back. Yes, the approach The approach is about you. I want to see if I missed anything. If you guys want to, Carla, you didn't tell me what is it that you want, that you ask me. What can I say instead of I want? I want to be able to answer you. If not, ask it again in the Facebook group. I want to see. SP is a specific person. It's usually an ex. Okay, another queen said, I discovered I'm not aligned with my subconscious in the process of doing this work. And then she's saying, what can I do to align with my true self? You need to speak the truth about yourself. That's what I told her. You have to be honest with yourself about who you really are and what you really want. Women are not, in general, these days. And then I said, do not speak against yourself anymore. So we talked about this, right? You cannot speak against yourself. You cannot agree with people who have a different view. So if your friend says to you, men suck, and you're manifesting a husband, all men suck. None of them is worthy. Do not say, yeah, I know. Do not say that. You're undoing everything you've been creating. Do not agree. Agreement is important. Two or more people who agree on one thing make reality happen. This is why I asked you when you buy my challenges, let me know your top manifestation so I can agree with it. What is your advice for someone who is often misunderstood but is pure? You're either in the wrong crowd if you're misunderstood, or you're not speaking your true intentions. You're not able to express, like, for example, you might be pure and loving to someone, you're misunderstood because you're not being vulnerable enough, being clear enough, or you're in the wrong crowd. Guys, thinking big thoughts in small spaces is socially and personally dangerous. I couldn't attend a friend's wedding because she's married to a loser. Okay, but that friendship is over. One of my boyfriends who I didn't get to date due to long distance just got engaged. Guys, it will happen that people around you will get your exact manifestations. Be happy for them. That's all you can do. The reason this happened is your thought transmission is real. Whoever you have an energetic connection with, you can pass to them. I know it's unfair, okay? They get your manifestation. I told you guys yesterday on the live, my cousin got the same exact amount I was manifesting out of the blue. She got it. It was a 5-figure amount. Okay? I didn't dare to tell her I was manifesting that amount. I didn't want to sound ridiculous or that I was asking for anything. Okay? But please be happy for them and just tell them that, in your mind, just tell them, I'm so happy you got this. And now this is not, very important. When you observe that, this is not the unfolding of my manifestation. Oh, my ex-boyfriend got engaged. This is not the unfolding of being engaged that I'm putting out there. This is something else. I'm very happy for him. But this is not, Daria, with awareness, you're going to speak this. This is not the unfolding of the engagement I've been asking for. I'm not accepting this as a result of what I've been manifesting. Get it? Very important point, guys, here. Please say that out loud every time somebody gets it. I didn't say it when my cousin got the money. I was more like, this was about 2 years ago. I was like, damn it. I wasn't unhappy she got it. I was like, that means that's how it works. Amy, you back? I haven't seen you in a while. I know you're well, though. I think of you, I thought about our last discussion and I thought of you and I know you're well. What entities are there when meditating? At Dr. Joe Dispenza, there's definitely stuff going on. I miss you too. I miss you. Send me an update, Amy. There's definitely stuff going on, but you don't need to focus on that. Okay, there's this saying, there is 50,000 levels of Maya between us and God, but only one level between God and us, because God can access us anytime. But we have to, in our climb, okay, we have many gates to pass. And, they're not empty. It's not, my work is not focusing on that, but there's definitely stuff going on. I have a video on depression and anxiety. I have videos on mindset, and I'm going to do more and more on that. So go to my lists, and I think I called it negative feelings and emotions. Watch my videos on that. Is it a scary experience? No. Depends where you're at mentally. Depends. Some people see a shadow and they get scared, right? It wasn't for me. Yeah, I attended one. I mean, during his seminars. Yeah. Yeah, and people said this. I was expecting it. It was real. It was real, but it was just incredibly powerful. I'm gonna do one on guilt, Logan. I'm gonna do one on guilt. You guys would be naive to think that there's nothing going on around us except this material world. In fact, I don't think any of my audience thinks that, because you wouldn't be into this world, into this work, right? Because if it's just us and this chair and this wall, and like, there's no point to try to manifest anything. Let me see. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, the only one thing I didn't touch, and I'm going to save it for Thursday. I did a video on using the code in which I said, God, the creator, the formless substance, and us, right? So somebody says, what? I have been calling on God, the creator. I thought they were the same. And I said, I will talk more about this during the live, but this is a longer conversation. We don't have time for it today. So I'm going to talk about it on Thursday if you guys want, if you're interested. But basically, there's definitely a formless substance between us and God. The main idea is, otherwise, nothing evil or unpleasant would be able to manifest, right? Hopefully you don't think of the creator as somebody who says, oh, you want some evil? Yeah. Here you go. The formless substance is neutral, and with ritual and intention, you can imprint in it positive or negative. Your protection is your awareness. Other people can imprint. We all know this. Rituals are going on all over the world. People are manifesting all sorts of things as groups, right? They're not going to God, and God is saying, yeah, let me think about this. I guess I have no choice. I have to let them do it, right? God is just not messing with his creation, which is us. He's not, nothing that has been created can be uncreated. This is why our thoughts cannot be taken back, and they have no choice but to manifest. You guys convinced of this or no? Right? You guys convinced of this? The formless substance, okay? The people who are experiencing miracles, God can imprint it from the other side for you, right? But those people who are imprinting bad things or negative things, they're not going to God. They're still getting results. You got to be convinced about this. Yeah, people are afraid. It's best if you understand this, right? Because I want to leave God out of it, right? If your practice is prayer, this is great. It's absolutely great, right? So skip this whole thing. But the majority of the people in North America are moving away from religion, and they're very lost in this process because it's very confusing to be out there and accept a world that is random and chaotic and confusing. And instead of thinking that, I'm teaching you here how to use the formless substance to bring forth the positive to the highest benefit of all. This is what I'm all about. It's not that I don't believe in God. It's that I believe to convince people to believe in God, it takes immense effort to go against the collective consciousness right now. And my work has to be about bringing the positive in any way possible. And this way is, the way they're bringing in the negative, I can help you bring in the positive. We need to teach the children. Yes, I definitely do. I heard from a couple of moms as well about that they've started this work with their small children, 5, 6, 7. I think the kids under the age of 7 are under your own energy. After the age of 7, they're under their own energy. That's what they say. It's in several ancient texts. My hot tub just went. And because of that, you need to start them early. So by the age when they hit 7, they're ready. You have YouTube. Yes, it's under the same handle. And all my lives are posted on YouTube. I absolutely believe in God. Yeah, so do I. So do I. But anything that's been created cannot be uncreated. Okay? If you're not convinced of this, let me read you something. It's just one paragraph from Job 1, paragraph 6. One day the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them. The Lord said to Satan, "Where have you come from?" And Satan answered, "From roaming through the earth, going back and forth on it." You know, this paragraph, the Bible is full of this esoteric things, right? This paragraph, what's Satan doing in God's heaven? What do you mean he's just showed up with the angels? And God said, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And he said, "Well, I've just been roaming around the earth. I just came back here." Why doesn't God just cancel Satan? Guys, you got me going now, okay? Right? The amount of love that God has put into every one of his energetic creation prevents him from ever canceling. That's how loved you are. Even Satan can go back and forth and he won't be canceled. He won't be. Imagine how much more you are loved. That's all. Let's unconditional love, yeah, unconditional love. And God has left you the technology to get whatever you want. In the Bible, he says, "Whatever 2 or more of you pray for in my name, it shall be done for you." It says so. It says, if you knock, it will be open. If you seek, you shall find. Just gotta do the work. You gotta do the work. You gotta understand, other energy may be real, but you are protected. You are loved. It will never forsake you. That is correct. That is correct. If he thinks even Satan is worthy of going back and forth in heaven, how can you have guilt? How can you have guilt? Let's think about this, right? What you've done, what you stole, what you know, it's been forgiven. Amen. Let's put our hands together. God wants us to have. He wants us to have a good life. He's not a punisher. Even though Satan, he's not a punisher. No guilt, no shame. We deserve. We're not taking from anyone. Don't manifest money on the street. That comes from other people. We manifest, more will be created. Let them print more money. Give it to us. Put your hands together, for I am the winner. I am a 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 winner.